Looking for that quintessential Portland neighborhood on the west side, but you're not sure where to look?
Well, this might be the neighborhood for you. Stay tuned to find out where we are.
Let's go. Hey everybody, my name is Aaron Cullen and this is Brandon Cullen, and together we have a real estate company right here in Portland, Oregon. Now today we are in
Raleigh Hills.
Raleigh Hills. This is the quintessential Southwest Portland neighborhood that's not technically in Southwest Portland. You're right adjacent to Southwest Portland, even though it really feels like it.
So this is a suburb of Portland in Washington County. You're still about 15 minutes from downtown. I gotta say, you kind of have to come here to feel just how quiet and spacious and established this neighborhood feels.
It's kind of this really cool mixture of a lot of different neighborhoods and towns in Portland, around Portland, that you get here. Now, and I'm definitely talking about the west side. I'm not talking about southeast or northeast Portland, where there you're gonna get more of that urban, close into the city feeling with a lot of shops and stuff.
Yeah, this compared to the east side, it's like two different worlds.
So this isn't your typical east side neighborhood. We are on the west side. If you're looking for that west side and the characteristics, as you can kind of see around us, you know, there's lots of trees. The lots are a little bigger. You're looking at like a quarter of an acre to a third acre for a lot of these lots. More elbow room. Hey, you're gonna have more elbow room here.
It's quieter. The west side of Portland is a lot hillier than the east side. There's just a lot more variety in the landscape, and all the houses in here are very different. So it's a suburb, but it's not like a master plan subdivision feeling at all.
That's right.
All the homes are very different.
And Raleigh Hills was actually named in 1896. So there is a lot of character here. You got homes that were built in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and then some new builds too, where they're coming in and tearing down some of the smaller, older homes and building like Renaissance. They have a house on the market right now in this neighborhood for $2 million, 3,000 plus square foot home. You know, for that $2 million mark, if you want kind of that luxury, you know, higher end type of home.
What did you say the median price is?
So the median price here is gonna be about $810,000.
Okay, so another thing just for people looking, you know, we have clients reaching out all the time thinking of relocating to Portland, and that might be you, and they're looking for family-friendly, good schools, you know, a good size home, 4 bedrooms, and a lot of people looking in, you know, maybe Lake Oswego feel like it's too expensive or that's just not right for them. Westland is a little further out, whereas Raleigh Hills could be a really great choice. It feels similar in a lot of ways, just in terms of the landscape, the trees, the safety, but it's a little bit less expensive and it's closer to the city, but still good schools.
Yep, great schools. And the kind of interesting thing about Raleigh Hills, it feels like a Southwest neighborhood. Portland feels like a close-in neighborhood, but you're actually in Washington County. So you're gonna have a little bit cheaper taxes here, a little bit cheaper property taxes, income taxes. This actually is the Beaverton School District that you're in right here. So you're not technically in the Portland School District. Beaverton school districts are great. There's a lot of great schools, highly rated schools, all in here. Plus you have the Jesuit High School, which is a private Catholic school. It's one of the higher rated private schools in the Portland metro.
And OES, Oregon Episcopal, which is another popular private school, isn't too far. So if you're thinking of going private anyway, this is a great area also.
Exactly. I've seen a bunch of bumper stickers for the Jesuit. So if that's something you're interested in, Raleigh Hills could be a great neighborhood for you because, hey, you could short drive or you could walk to school from there. You know, again, it's very highly rated from its sports programs to its academics, kind of hard to beat. So just to give you an idea of the size too, there's about 6,700 people that live in Raleigh Hills, so it's not huge.
No.
Again, as you can kind of see as we're walking around, it's just a really cool neighborhoody type feel. The demographics that live here, you know, it's about 60% are homeowners, 40% rent, which is really good because you want to see it over that 50% mark to have that pride of ownership and people that keep up their homes. You have a really good mix because there are a lot of ranches here that were built in the 60s. You're gonna have a lot of our retirees here, it's like 25% are 65 and older. You also have a lot of families as well. So you get a lot of kids playing in here around the streets and bike riding. There's a lot of great parks near here. You also have the Portland Golf Club, which is a very highly rated golf club that's here in Raleigh Hills. Have a McMenamins. So there's gonna be a lot of coffee shops, restaurants, that have got a new seasons. So you do have a lot of things that are, you know, walking distance here in the neighborhood of Raleigh Hills, but you're also really close to downtown Portland. So you don't even have to get on the highways or anything to go to all the great restaurants and shopping.
I actually drove over here last week to pick up a friend to go to an event, and I had never been up into this particular pocket. And as I drove up the hill into her neighborhood, I had this like great feeling. It's just such a beautiful area. It reminds me a lot of Lake Oswego where we live. As I was driving home after I dropped her off that night, driving through the commercial area and the restaurants, I could imagine living here. It's like a feel-good area to live. They actually have a La Provence like we do, the brunch place that's very, very popular down the road.
Now, a lot of clients that call me are concerned about moving to a neighborhood that doesn't have a lot of vagrancy issues. And Raleigh Hills, as you can see, does not have a lot of vagrancy issues. You're gonna get a lot more of those vagrancy issues when you're gonna be in some of those southeast and northeast neighborhoods where you're a little closer in to the city.
Yeah, this is definitely very residential out here, and so it just feels very safe and quiet.
Such a cute house, and you're gonna get a ton of these houses. So here you got like a Cape Cod, right next to that, where they're doing some work, you got more of a colonial style over there, and then here's that white one, which is a little more traditional. And then right here, you've got like a cute little ranch style home.
It's been updated really well. That gardening looks so nice.
They have that natural gardening out here in the front. But here's the thing, is that home, I guarantee it, has a daylight basement. So it's gonna have this extra square footage down in the lower level.
It's a lot bigger than it looks.
Yeah, but it's gonna have main level living, on the main level. So say if you want to be able to buy a house that's a forever home where you can retire in place. Age in place. Well, there's a lot of homes in this neighborhood that are built for that, that's suited for that. And that's why you do get a good mix of people and retirees in this neighborhood that just live here forever. So the median home price in Raleigh Hills is about $810,000, but on the market right now, there's only 12 homes in Raleigh Hills. Average price right now for the current listings is that like 1 million to 1.1 million price range. And there's homes that go all the way up to 2 million, but I'd say most of them that you're gonna find right now are kind of like 1 million to say 1.2 is kind of your average on the market right now. But your median list price home is gonna be about $810,000. Because again, there are smaller homes in here. There's a good mix. These older homes built in the 20s. I'd say most of the stock is probably built in the 60s though. So you do have a really nice mix here. And now to give you guys an example of a typical home, we're walking right over to a home that's on the market right now. Now this home has been on the market for like 5 months. It's listed at $760. It started higher than that, does need some work to it, but I think this is a great example of a home that you can go check out with us in this amazing neighborhood, because you're surrounded by homes that are gonna be well over the $1 million mark to ones that are priced around this home. But this is something that gives you that example of something that needs work done to it here, right here behind us. And this is that colonial, traditional home style. Needs a little bit of love.
Yeah, it does, but you could put some money into it and not be pricing yourself out of this neighborhood at all. You have some room. It could be a really cool house with that little extra love, so let's go check it out.
Let's go. Okay, so here we are in an entry-priced home in Raleigh Hills. Now this one right now is priced at $760. It did start out more expensive. This home has been on the market for 5 months.
Let's talk about why we think that might be.
Let's talk about that. So here we are sitting in the main living room. This house was built in '67. It's a big house because it has a daylight basement. And a lot of these houses in Raleigh Hills are gonna have this extra square footage, because on the front they might look like a 1-story or even a 2-story, but a lot of them are gonna have these daylight basements. So you're gonna get this extra square footage. Now a lot of them may not be updated, may need some work put into it, and that's why this house is priced the way it's at and why it's been on the market for so long.
Yeah, it definitely has some cute elements to it. The floor plan really speaks to being built in 1967, so it's a very traditional chopped up floor plan, which I don't necessarily hate. The downstairs is, like in a circle with a living room, kitchen. It's a little confusing. I don't know what room is over there. Another like small living room.
Small living room, yep.
And then upstairs you've got the primary and 3 small bedrooms in addition to the primary. So I could see that you could live in this house and really not use that daylight basement because it needs more work down there, I feel like, to really be comfortable. And the house in general, there are definitely elements that have some original charm. You know, the floors are creaky, it smells a little older. It doesn't feel fresh in here, even though it does have some charming
These are
elements.
nice floors. We got some oak flooring
In here, but then in there.
The dining room and kitchen, they updated it a cheaper plank flooring. But you got the original hardwood oak flooring here, and they updated the tile in the entryway. They did like a black hexagon tile. They've updated the bathrooms. Well, not all the bathrooms, but the one down here they updated, and there have been some updates. The bathrooms have been updated throughout the years, not 67, but maybe early 2000s.
But I think that's why this house is priced the way it is compared to the median in Raleigh Hills. If you wanted a house where you could make it your own and do some updates yourself, this could be such a cool property. Like the view out these windows in the living room is lovely. You have that like hillside feeling. It's a great size. And I don't think there needs to be a bunch of work done right away, but even like the temperature in the light bulbs varies from room to room. It's like there's some low-hanging fruit.
We got some daylight balanced and some tungsten. A little bit updating, but it is move-in ready. And this lot, a little bit over a third of an acre, so you get a really nice sized lot, which adds to that privacy feel that you get in this neighborhood. And Raleigh Hills, that's one of the elements I like about Raleigh Hills. It does have a very like walkable feel to it, very cozy, friendly, neighborhoody feel to it. That's one of the cool things that we were talking about earlier. You're really close to downtown Portland and to all the other city amenities. It feels like you're in a neighborhood of Portland.
It doesn't feel like a suburb at all. It feels like an established city neighborhood.
Yeah, so this gives you a great example of a typical home that's gonna need some updating, a little bit older, built in the 60s that you're gonna find in Raleigh Hills. But if you want something more just like move-in ready, you could find a house like this that's totally been redone. That's gonna be a little bit over that $1 million mark.
And one other thing about a lot of the homes in Raleigh Hills is there are a lot of ranches and smaller homes. So this is actually a good size home. If you want to be in this neighborhood, but you want, the 4 bedrooms and the office, and you're willing to put in a little work to elevate those rooms, this is a good size. So like I said, I really like this whole Raleigh Hills area. It just feels good. It's one of those neighborhoods where if you don't live in Portland and you've never been here, you kind of have to come to feel the experience of being up here in the hills, in this established, quiet, treed neighborhood. So definitely if you're coming to visit Portland and you're not exactly sure what area might be right for you, reach out and we could do a home tour in this neighborhood.
And if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and reach out. Our information is right down there in the description area. Just give us a call or shoot us an email. Be happy to talk to you guys. And if you guys enjoyed this video and got some good value out of it, stay tuned for the next one coming up right now.